What is good, Rejuvenated fam? It's your boy Megell Street, back here with another one. They got me taking a break from the camera once again to clean up a pair of horrible looking shoes. Man, I don't even have enough words in my brain to describe what these look like. But my main goal today is to get these shoes back looking like that crispy pair you see floating on the shelf. And to do that, we're gonna be using the signature kit available at rejuvenated.com. Copy one, but we about to get this video started. Let's do it. Now that we got our cleaning station set up, we can talk about what comes in the signature shoe cleaning kit. So in the kit, you're gonna find our 3-brush pack combo, which comes with the soft, medium, and stiff brushes. Also our 4-ounce bottle of solution. We also have our laundry bag, as well as our trusty laundry pod, which we'll need later. We have our shoe tree that we're gonna use to help form the shape of this shoe. We've got our microfiber towel and a couple additional products like our rack and bowl combo and our cleaning mat so we don't make a huge mess during our cleaning. So I'm gonna set this left shoe aside so we can get started. So typically we would start off with taking out these laces, but as you can see, they're kind of caked in there, they're kind of stuck. So we're gonna go ahead and take these outside, knock off some of this dirt that's sitting on top of the shoe so we can have a better surface to work with. Let's do it. All right, that's a lot better. We can actually see the shoe now, so let's go back inside and get them clean. Now that we got those crusty laces out, we can go ahead and move to the next step of this cleaning, which is gonna be the shoe tree to allow us to put more pressure during this cleaning. Now that we got the shoe tree in the shoe, we're gonna go ahead and use our soft bristle brush just to dry brush a little bit more of this surface dust on the shoe and not push it further into the material. So now that we got that taken care of, I feel a lot better about continuing with this cleaning. So we're gonna do just that by adding 2 squirts of solution into our bowl of water and then continue scrubbing with this same brush. As I expected, the soft brush did its thing. It's got the patent leather looking shiny again. So we can move on to the next step of this cleaning, which will be the medium bristle brush. Now, this medium brush was designed to get a little bit further into that material that the soft brush couldn't reach. So it'll help us out with this mesh material, which you can tell is a little bit dingy. We'll also be using this medium brush to hit the midsole. Now that we got our midsole scrubbed and clean, we are good to move on to the last step of this pre-treatment, which is our stiff bristle brush. And the name says it all. This is the stiffest brush in our arsenal, which makes sense because it's used to clean the part of your shoe that touches the ground. So let's get to that right now. So our stiff brush absolutely did its thing. It's got this outsole looking a lot better, but I cannot say the same thing about this upper mesh material right here. It's looking pretty dingy. Now, we only hit it with the soft brush because this material is pretty delicate and we do risk the chance of actually fraying it with the medium brush. So the best way to get out all that trapped in dirt is to use the Rejuvenated laundry system so you don't run the risk of damaging the material. But if I'm being honest, if Jordan Brand would have released this colorway right here, basically the Cherry 11s, but just with a light gray upper, I think it would be kind of fire. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. But that's beside the point. Right now, we just gotta hop over to these laces and get these cleaned up. Nothing too crazy. We're just gonna dump it inside our water, scrub out all the dirt, and then throw it in the laundry bag with our sneaker. So let's do it. We are in the laundry room. All we gotta do now is put the shoe in the washer, normal cycle, cold water. We'll let the shoe dry for about 24 hours, then we'll check back in with those results. We got the shoe out of the washer and they are all dry, so let's talk about these results. Now, we definitely had to throw these in the washer for a second time, and that's just because after that first wash, this mesh area was looking pretty dingy and it was almost brown. So that second cycle definitely helped tremendously. Now, we could have threw these in there for a third wash, but with how dirty these were before, we're pretty satisfied with the results, especially compared to what the other shoe looks like. Now, we just gotta lace them up. Shoes all laced up and it's looking even better. Now, to be honest, I can't even recognize what this is over here. It's looking like a pile of just straight dirt. Now, back over to this shoe. Some of you might actually know these as the Memphis 11s, and that is because they were a part of a huge sneaker robbery along with a few other pairs during that time, but that's a whole nother story. As I mentioned earlier, this sneaker would be pretty fire if it released with the gray mesh up top, but I can't lie, the white is classic for sure. If you ask me though, this is not the 11 we needed. I'm still waiting on those Concord bread highs. You could just call them the Chicago 11s and thank me later. But let me know in the comments what's been your favorite 11 to ever drop. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and hit those notifications. It's your boy Megell Street, and I'll see y'all again.